Hey guys, yogaphysique here, and in today's video, we're gonna go over 3 tips to improve your balance. Think of balancing as building a house. When you build a house, the first thing you need to build is a foundation to put the rest of the weight on top of. And when we balance, our foundation is typically our foot. So this is what's gonna bear all the weight. So we need to make sure this has the best point of contact with the floor. The way to do that is to think of your foot as having 3 points: the big toe knuckle, the pinky toe knuckle, and the heel. And what you want to do is evenly distribute the weight across these 3 points. You can think of it as forming a triangle, and if you know architecture, you know that the triangle is actually the strongest shape to bear weight. So think of a triangle between these 3 points. And when you place your foot on the floor, what you want to do is spread the toes wide and work with bringing the weight to different points. Now you'll see when people balance, typically they'll collapse over to the outside of the foot, or they'll collapse in towards the arch. And that's because they're either putting too much weight into the pinky toe knuckle or too much weight into the big toe knuckle. Instead, what you want to do is evenly distribute that weight across that foot and then begin to lift the other leg. Tip number 2 is to progressively load the leg that you're going to stand on. What I mean by that is, assuming when you're standing normally, you're holding 50% of your weight over one leg and 50% of your weight over the other leg. What you want to do is shift the weight slowly into this standing leg. So we go from 50-50, 60-40, 70-30, 80-20, all the way up into about 99 and 1%. This foot's just grazing on the floor. So what I've done is I've slowly placed the weight. I've essentially acclimated my body to holding the weight just over here instead of over both. And what that helps us do is, if you were to push off, you're adding momentum into your balance that you now have to correct, which can make the balancing pose more difficult. But apart from that, it builds confidence in your balancing pose. So progressively load this leg. And then when you do stand over top of it, press firmly into the floor and squeeze the muscles of this leg, right? All the muscles should be tight. The third tip for improving your balance is to find a Drishti. Now, what's a Drishti? It's a yogic term to mean a focal point. It can be something on the floor a few feet ahead of you or on the wall across from you. But what you want to do is find something that's unmoving and stare at it. Why do we want to do this? Because your balance and vision are actually tightly connected. And you'll know this by, if you try to balance and then close your eyes, you're going to start to wobble a lot, right? So we want to keep our vision steady to keep our balance steady. So find a Drishti, find a focal point, some unmoving mark on the floor, stare at it, and then lift up. And the more that our vision stays steady, the more that our balance stays steady as well. Okay, so those are the 3 tips for improving your balance. What you'll notice when you first start trying to balance is that your ankle might kind of wobble and shake. That's fine. What's happening is all the small muscles in your ankles, all those stabilizers are getting stronger. Okay, we want that. But if you consistently incorporate these 3 concepts, distributing the weight evenly across the foot, progressively loading the leg, and finding a focal point, then I guarantee you that your balance will improve. Okay, so thank you guys for following along with me and for improving your balance. Until next time, yogaphysique out.